Hello and welcome to helpyourmath.com. In this video, we are going to look at finding the median of a data set. First of all, what is the median? The median of a data set is the data value in the middle when the numbers are arranged from least to greatest. The median separates the lower 50% of the data from the upper 50% of the data. If there are an odd number of data values, then the median will definitely be in the data set. If there are an even number of data values, then the median may or may not be in the data set. We're going to focus first on data sets with an odd number of values. One strategy we may use to find the median is to line up the numbers from least to greatest, include all data values, including duplicates. So if the number 17 is listed 4 times, we include 4 17s. Cross out the numbers from smallest to largest. So we'll cross out the smallest number and the biggest number. Then the second smallest and the second biggest, third smallest, third biggest. We repeat that process until you only have one number left. That number is your median. Let's look at an example. So here's a set of quiz scores from a class. We want to find the median quiz score. So first, let's see, the smallest number is 8, and there are 3 of them. So I'm going to write 8, 8, 8. Then I'm just going to cross those out so I don't look at them again. Then I have a 9, a 10, 1 11, 2 13s, 13, 13, and then 15. So now I'm going to cross out 8 and 15, so the smallest and the largest. Now the next smallest and next largest, I do this again and again. And so now there are 4 crossed out on the left and 4 crossed out on the right, leaving behind the median of 10. So we say 10 is the median. It's the number that's in the middle. Okay, so now what do we do if there are an even number of values in the data set? When we try to find the middle number, we're going to find out that there's going to be 2 numbers in the middle. So to determine the median when there's an even number of values, we will take the average of those 2 numbers that are in the middle. So to take the average, that means we're going to add those numbers up. So it's going to be n plus m. There's 2 of them, so we will divide by 2. This will tell us the median. One strategy we can use, line up all of the numbers from least to greatest, just like we did when there were an odd number of values in the data set, and we include all duplicates. Cross out the smallest and largest numbers. We repeat this process until we only have 2 numbers left. We add those numbers together and divide by 2, and the result will be the median. Now, of course, if the 2 numbers in the middle are the same number, then that number is the median. So if the middle 2 numbers are both 51, you don't need to add them up and divide by 2, because if you add up 51 to itself and divide by 2, you're going to end up with 51. So if you know what it is without doing the work, that's fine. Here's our example. We want to find the median of the number of cups of coffee reportedly consumed in a week by students in a statistics class. So we start off, I'm going to put 0, 0. Then there's a 2 and a 4 and a 7. Next we have 12, 2 14s, 1 15, a 17, 19, and 21. I'm going to start off crossing out the least and the greatest. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here we have 2 numbers left in the middle, 12 and 14. So the median, remember what we do when there are an even number in our data set, we're going to add these 2 together. That would give me 26, and then I take 26 and I divide it by 2, giving me 13. So the median is 13. And remember what I said previously, when there are an even number of elements in our data set, the median might not actually be one of those numbers, and in this case, it is not. Now, these are all fine and dandy, right? But what happens if the data set has like 100 values? That's going to be a lot of work. I don't want to have to sit there and count those up. Oh, is there something else we can do? Of course there is. We could use a formula, and this is totally optional if most people are comfortable just kind of doing the slashes, but I just want to present this formula in case it works for you. If there are an odd number in the data set, we determine the number of values in the set, take that number and add 1 to it. So if there are 15, we're going to add 1. That's going to make it 16. Then we divide that sum by 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. And that means if we have 15 in the data set, the 8th number will be the median. So we have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 when the numbers are in order. So looking at this again, just to put this to the test, we put these back in order: 8, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 13, 15. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what I would do if I want to use the formula is I would take the number, there are 9, add 1 to it. We always have to add 1 because you know what adding 1 is going to do? It's going to make it even. That would give us 10. Then we do 10 divided by 2 and we end up with 5. So what we're looking for is the fifth number. The fifth number is the middle number. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Just like we saw when we did this the manual way, we also get 10. Let's try that again, because this is one where it might be a little bit more annoying to have to sit there and cross off the least and the greatest and the least and the greatest. So there's 55 people who indicated the number of times they check social media every day. The median value, remember how we calculate the median? Well, the median position, the middle position will be 55 plus 1, which is 56. 56 divided by 2, which will be 28. So it's going to be the 28th number. Now I'm going to use shortcuts because I also don't really want to count by ones. I know that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that means this is 20. That means this is 30, 29, 28, right? Because there was 10, 20, and then if I start here, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and so we get the number 20. That indicates to us that the median is 20. So 20 is the median value. That's the number that's in the middle. Okay, what about if we have an even number in our data set? For even numbers, we determine the number of values in the set, divide that number by 2, because it will be even, right? So we can divide that number by 2. When we divide by 2, that's going to tell us our first median number. Then we add 1 to that, and that's going to tell us our second median number. Remember, if we have an even, we're looking for 2 numbers. So the first one is just when you take the number of elements in the set and divide it by 2, add 1 to it, that'll tell us the 2 positions of these numbers. And of course, we have to assume that the numbers are in order. If they're not in order from least to greatest, this does not work at all. So going back to our students and the coffee they consume, if we put these in order, we have 0, 0, 2, 4, 7, 12, 14, 14, 15, 17, 19, and 21. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. To figure out where my median values are, we're going to take 12 and divide it by 2. That gives me 6, so the 6th position, and then the 6th plus 1, or the 7th position. So we're looking for the 6th position and the 7th position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's 6, and here's 7. So we take those two numbers, these are the two that are in the middle, and remember when there's an even number, we take them and we add them up and divide by 2. We take their average, 26 divided by 2, and so we get 13 to be the median, just like we saw when we did this previously. Okay, in this case, we have 50 people who were asked how many servings of fruits and vegetables they had in one day. What's the median of these data? So to figure out the two numbers in the middle, we're looking for our middle numbers, because that's what median is. So the middle numbers are going to be found by taking 50 and divide it by 2. That gives me 25, so we're looking for the 25th number. And then we're also looking for the 25th plus 1, or the 26th number. Now, I'm pretty sure, since I copied this table previously, that there are 10. So this would be the 10th number. This is the 20th, 21, 22, 23, 24. Here's 25, and here's the 26th number. So our 25th number is 5. Our 26th number is 6. We're going to take those, add them together, and divide by 2. So we figure out that the median here is 5.5, or 5.5. So we'll say 5.5 is our median using the formula. And of course, I could have gone like this. I could use a shortcut for doing this too to make my life simpler. But it's nice to know there's a formula too, right? Whichever way makes the most sense to you, that's the way we should stick with. And you'll notice that when I did this table, I did put the numbers in order already because, I would not want to have to line up 50 numbers if they were out of order. So I put them in order for us. To summarize, the median is the middle value of a data set. If there are an odd number of values in the set, the median will be one of those values. Line the numbers up from least to greatest, cross out the largest and smallest values until there is only one number remaining. If there are an even number of values in the data set, the median might be one of those values. Line up the numbers from least to greatest, cross out the smallest and largest values until there are 2 remaining, add those up and divide by 2, and that will be your median. This has been a little lesson on medians. Thank you so much for stopping by.